In the past, our society valued answers more than questions. So, as a child, I tried to find the right answers rather than asking the right questions, because I didn't want to be someone to make fun of. Though this has changed in recent years, but there was a time when asking questions was embarrassing and shameful. So, when I first entered the school and knew about the Question School program, I was really taken aback, because I lived my whole life without asking questions, and now, as 17, I was expected to create questions which are really great. So, the idea felt really overwhelming to me. Of course, it might seem simple at first, but as the Question School program is closely tied to our assignments for score, it means that we should do 10 chemistry question notes, math question notes for every week, and even profession question notes for every month. Well, after living as a student in this Question School about 4 months, I realized that coming up with a question is much harder than I imagined. In fact, I realized that creating a deep, meaningful question is much difficult than just simply finding the right answers. It took me 17 years to realize this. So, a new question popped up in my mind. Why is it so important to ask good questions? The way I found the answer is because of 2 problems: the ChatGPT and the research and education project. Actually, before I entered the school, I didn't use generative AI. But here, sometimes teachers use for our class, so I became to use it naturally. But when I first used it, I kept asking myself, what should I believe and not believe? Also, while I got this confusing time, there was one more problem, the R&D project. Students in our school all got stressed from days, and so we need some time to be alone. But there's nowhere to be alone because our school has dormitories which make us live alone for 24 hours for 5 days. So students got stressed so easily so that we encounter little arguments. To be honest, I did that too. But through this spectacular school life, I was able to find my own answer of my question. Through the first question, ChatGPT, I could figure out the key of my answer here is not just about AI itself, but it's about us. I mean the users. There is a term in the IT industry, garbage in, garbage out, which means that incorrect questions will lead to incorrect answers. AI provides on a massive database offering the same answers to anyone who asks. It means that the responsibility falls on the users. As the AI is incapable of reading our minds, the quality of the question directly impacts on the quality of the answers. So, one of my assignments, I've been curious about how to ask questions that will help AI provide better answers. And I discovered that, according to the news, even when asking the same question with the same meaning, phrasing them with a bit of emotion can lead to more detailed responses from AI. And I even read an article about a new term, homo prompt, people who are skilled at using and asking the right questions to AI. And it said that new jobs related to this are emerging. So, this made me realize we are entering a new era where we can literally live off by asking questions. So, this leads to my first conclusion. We need to ask questions to use AI wisely. And next, through the second problem, the R&D project, I could find my own answer of my second question. Questions are essential, not just only for improving our intellectual abilities, but for survival as social beings. As humans, we cannot avoid interacting with others. Forming good relationships requires communication, and by asking the right questions, we can leave positive impression on others. For example, if your teacher or your boss asks you, "Can you finish this by tomorrow?" Even if you think you can't, most people will answer, "I try my best." The question, it might sound like it's asking for your opinion at first, but because of the authority of the person asking and the way it's phrased, you're being subtly guided towards the situation and the answer they wanted. By asking the good questions, you can guide the situation that benefits you. In other words, you can live smarter and you can be even a thoughtful person. And the power of question doesn't stop here. I've noticed that you can even get someone's sense of personality through the question they ask. And this means that you can effectively present yourself to others by asking good questions. Let's make one example. You request something to your coworker and it might seem he didn't do anything. The way you ask a question can change how people perceive you. For example, a negative question could be like, why didn't you do anything? While a positive question could be like, how have you gotten so far? Most people will prefer the second one. And so, why should we emphasize the importance of question today? By asking the good questions, we can live smarter and you can even get a sense of someone's personality and you can even live a life full of empathy. And now we know how important they are. I hope you will believe the importance of good questions and live a life where you always strive to ask the right ones. Thank you for listening.